Hello, alright, 7, welcome back to Combat Mission Battle for Normandy. We are continuing with our tally-ho scenario on the Amiens Tonight campaign. And so far we've spent the best part of 30 minutes slowly navigating our way along the valley with not much contact with the enemy beyond a few panzer trooping with machine guns, claiming the lives of 3 by brave infantry, and then at the tail end we got ourselves 3 dead tank crew and a brewed up Sherman for our troubles, with some kind of AT gun positioned on this road, on this flank. Our objective remains to get the most of our forces off map without casualty, but we are attempting to inflict some casualties upon the German as we go. You'll of course remember we have a mystery German tank sitting on the top of this hill, and it seems to be just in the fading light. We don't have a vision all the way across the valley, and so we're kind of having a bit of a staring contest through the rain. We have got some scouts who'll hopefully go and find out exactly what this is, and we are going to have to continually make sure someone is keeping an eye on this road just so he doesn't sneak in behind us. 2 things to talk about. First, jump over here. I've updated my unit icons using DKC's mod, which covers the whole campaign, and so we now have got the proper KSLI markings rather than the Wessex division we had last time. Minor details, but it's nice to keep things right. Just had to swap a file around. That was it, minor details. Secondly, I want to talk about this anti-tank gun and how we can deal with it, because where it's positioned, obviously covering this ridgeline, in a reasonable position to cover that. I do think it probably can't see us until we open fire. Again, just given it's now 20 to 9 at night, visibility is not great. So had we not been taking care of a known machine gun nest, I don't think we would have been spotted by that gun. So we could potentially just run along here with our tanks, but admittedly that's a bit of a risk. So I think what we'll probably try and do is see if we can clear a path to come up the hill onto this road. And then we kind of travel along here. Again, we're going to do a little bit of work just to scout out, see if there's any positions in and on this side. But failing that, it's going to open up kind of this plateau, which will allow us to quite handily flank that gun with infantry, and also gives us kind of firing positions for some of our tanks to start area firing all these buildings, because I'm just going to shoot them all before I send anyone anywhere near them, and then hopefully we can kind of clear that road. So that's the general gist of it. We do have our infantry coming up, and I'll get them roughly into position, and then we shall dismount. And we also know we've had some light small arms fire from this position, so we've got Stuart dispatched to go and assist with that. And then we're just pulling out our other Stuarts, and that's kind of where we are as things stand. So tell you what, we'll hit the big red button. I always like to at least run a minute as we get acquainted with things. There may well be the odd German survivor down there, but I don't think we're going to cause us much trouble. And we do still have 40 odd minutes, so plenty of time on the clock with which to get the job done. Again, primary here, we're going to try and look for survival. Not usually one of my fortes, but I shall do my best, having already thrown a tank to the winds. But yeah, target's 30%, so we can afford to lose 1 tank from each troop, and about 10 infantrymen, of which we've already lost 3. So doing okay, but we need to keep an eye on it. Especially in the gloom and the dusk, trying to uncover and close in on German positions without, again, taking more infantry casualties or close range Panzerfausts. Okay, well, that wasn't a particularly exciting minute. Okay, so that's where we're going to continue to go. I'm going to dismount the troops, probably head them off in this general direction, and yeah, that's fine. I was contemplating sending someone on here as a scout. I think I'm going to not do that. I'm going to push all my infantry up over this hill and then down this road, and we'll go en masse, and we'll bring the rest of the Stuarts with us when we go. And at some point, hopefully, we'll get eyes on whatever this thing is. I'll let everybody know about it. So I'll put a quick cut in here, and hopefully I'll come back in a couple minutes. we start just in the next minute here. And the terrible camera controls. And terrible timing as well. Right, let's go back and talk about what I want to talk about. So we're shooting up this area here. I just want to highlight the kind of risk and danger we have, obviously with the engagement. So I don't know, maybe 50, 60 meters away from that edge of that field, with some known positions we're trying to shoot up, and then we get just a flash of I believe it's a Panzerfaust zipping over the top of our head and exploding in this field behind. We can probably see if we time things a bit better. Of course, I will never do, but always endeavour to. Ah, never mind. Right. It was a Panzerfaust. And then we do resolve themselves just towards the end of the minute, and we switch targets. But yeah, a bit not the easiest shot for sure. Oh my confidence at which I stated that was a Panzerfaust, and it's not at all. So there you go. Don't trust anything I ever say. Panzerschreck team. So yeah, again dangerous. I think we should be okay. Now that we've got in our sights, we should kind of keep them suppressed as we close in with the rest of some infantry to support. But it, you know, shows the danger of having tanks out on their own. It's kind of, I always think, an interesting kind of chicken and egg thing where you can't have infantry up because they get murdered by machine gun nests. But also when you send in tanks to deal with machine guns, then they're at risk to Panzerschrecks and other bits and pieces, which always makes that kind of interesting balance. Anyway, that's a long-winded whitter. Oh, why don't I do want to move these chaps in. Right, I'm going to put a quick cut, but we'll come back for the live minute actually. Alright, I was just doing a few movement orders. I've put these guys just in a short hunt to come forward and maybe to try and assist. If I might make that slightly longer. It's a bit slow. I'm a bit leery of them walking into, I don't know, an automatic rifle fire, just any kind of rifle fire. And we've got this chap who I've given a direct target order, although I don't really need to, he's already engaging. Let's run this minute and hopefully we don't see ourselves get blown up. The ground here is not, I was going to say not doing us any favours, because the way that was grazing the top of his head, but apparently, despite the tracers running high, well, yeah, it looks pretty fatal. And there he goes. I do like this foliage graphical pack that we've got. It does look good. It shows how difficult it is to spot people hiding in wheat fields. Now, he may not be alone. It may be a buddy who may or may not have the actual Panzerschreck. In fact, let's go back and double check this. Part of the fun kind of microing you can sometimes do. Let's we can find him. Okay, so he does actually have the tube, which is good. So it means although he may have a buddy in the team, he's going to have to do some buddy aid before he actually gets the weapon, and we should be able to keep him honest and entertained and preferably dead before that happens. That seems to be okay. Good, well, I'm not expecting anything else to happen for the rest of this minute. So, what was that? Was that just secondaries? Or secondary explosions? Indeed it was. The tank continues to brew. Okay, I was saying, yes, we shall leave things there. I'll probably continue with a light target arc of this action square, although you have so much ammunition I might just go in for another 30 seconds of actual firing as the two scouts sweep round. Slow and steady. Okay, well, oh, or not, because we can see him run away. Oh! Who lost sight there just at the tail end? Oh, it was our scouts here. See him running for it. You guys hit the deck rather than fire and you lose sight. Okay. Alright, continue slow and steady advance, clearing out this way. If we find some more exciting, or if we ever get eyes on this tank, which might be a couple minutes away, I'll let you know. Just want to make a very quick interlude in here. So we still haven't seen sight nor sound of our other member of the Panzerschreck team who was bravely running away last time we saw him. And we're only a minute down the line, so he's probably hiding in the hay somewhere underneath this tag, but I just wanted to highlight the fact that I've stumbled across a couple of bodies from the German HQ team, so that will show that our area fire effect from our Stuart was effective before we were distracted by the Panzerschreck team. So that's at least some more Germans we've accounted for. So between we've got a Panzerschreck team here and HQ team here, we had some machine gun elements over there. But you can't read too much into it because we know these are all under strength divisions. So there's probably some more generic infantry kicking around somewhere that was part of this formation. To be honest, I don't really know how much. So yeah, but it's nice to know that that actually was doing something. So I just wanted to mention it. There were a few more, actually quite a handful more minutes down the line, maybe 6 or so. And we've been slowly working our way over. You know, keeping an infantry screen out in front. Tanks in behind, all well and good. We finished off that last German Pixtruppen. Just got him with area fire before we even saw him, but we didn't find his body. And we've started to finally spot a few more Germans. Firstly, there does seem to be a survivor from this MG position. See, there's 2 of them haven't made it out, but 1 has made it, and of course he does have the MG34 or 42 or whatever variant he is currently using. 42. And he's just ducked down behind that wall. We've also spotted another German Pixtruppen, and of course he also has an MG42 because they always do, causing a little bit of hassle to our scouts. Nothing too untoward. We may take an infantry casualty here. Actually, I might see if I can get these guys to probably just crawl this way a little bit, kind of away from the hill. I'm going to bring up one of the Stuarts in support just to lay down some fire on that. All well and good. Now the only thing, actually 2 things I wanted to talk about. Firstly is I've got our 2-inch mortar in position here. They only have 12 bombs. They're not particularly great or effective, but I thought I would drop them in and on this position. Might cause damage, might hurt the crew. If nothing else, it's going to provide a little bit of cover from our Stuart poking its head out here. I don't think it's genuinely a concern if we come down to this actual position. Kind of here, which is obviously great views of the valley. Not so great views uphill, but I mean, potentially, depending on how exposed we are, they may get line of sight. So I really want to kind of keep them busy, just as we kind of pop forward. Which one is it? Yeah, we go. And try and take care of that infantryman there. Meanwhile, and probably slightly more disconcertingly, is our scouts on this side are continuing to advance, and we have seemingly lost this tank. So it would appear he has continued potentially down this road towards the village without any further sight nor sound contacts. Although we've got our Shermans up here, yeah, I mean, apparently they're just range is atrocious. So I think it's anything under about 350 they claim they can't see. So they weren't going to make a spot. I had thought we might get some sound contacts, but not happening. So that tank could be anywhere right now, which has got me a little bit disconcerted. And that's the current state of affairs. So yeah, well let's just maybe advance time and we'll see this direction. So we have 2 Germans in question. I don't have an immediate response to this particular fellow, but we can deal with him in all in good time. He's fairly wayward. I would have loved it if you'd popped a lethal shot as you were retreating here. Oh, scared him. At least we know where he is. You hear the first dunk of our mortar bombs. And hopefully we've got a Sherman coming in to get him hit. That was quite a nice, accurate little explosion. Good job, 2-inch mortar. Now, you never know at all how much damage you're going to do to like an AT position. We'll absolutely have to wait and see. I wouldn't risk driving a tank at it. I'm not going to keep him here for very long. That was a nice first shot as well. Apparently you're limited power of HE there. So you may have well injured other people in his team, crew, troop, Zug, call it what you will. Okay, this is, I'm enjoying this. Mortar bombs landing in position, machine gun flailing out. All seems to be going fairly well indeed. Okay, good. So the question is, how much longer do we want to keep this chap here for. I'd really. Can you go one over? Nah. You're not quite in the right place. You could do that, and you'd be targeting. Like, if I could just target that, we might try that. Probably give you, say, 30 seconds and then pull back. Maybe only 20, and then we'll come out here a bit, just so we're sure we are clear. We are going to struggle to advance, though, without that position taken care of, although that's not necessarily true. If we can get our infantry down here, we can use the hill, our defence, to then kind of come up and round and over the top and in behind and get them all at short range. Ideally with armoured support. Let's take what we can get. So let's continue, you chaps and chapesses moving forward. Chapesses. Gentlemen, moving forward, and then I would like to try and get a Stuart around and down. Perhaps maybe if I'm going to do that, I should do it now. Ideally, I'd probably like move up to this position. Let's get them get a little bit further forward, and then I think I'm going to try and advance you quick sharp into kind of this area where you are out of sight of that potential AT gun. Like I say, now I can't get too locked in, I shall say. There is always a potential for more. Have you got to the extent of your mission order? Your walk order, almost. Dear. Okay, we're going to keep you just strolling down this hillside, to be perfectly honest. I think eventually you're probably going to stumble across some German infantry become a crop, but see what we can do. And you're going to keep up your sterling work with your bombing accuracy. And then I need to decide what to do with him. I might leave him for just now, actually. Because if once we are happy this position has been resolved, we can usually swing a tank or something in without risking our Pixtroopers' lives. Let's hang around for the one more minute just to see if our Stuart here gets out. And ideally if we actually inflict a casualty upon Mr. MG. It seems to be going away. Okay. Oh! Oh, hold on a minute. Just that last roll of the dice. Listen out for the screams. Oh, wrong button. Right, try that again. No screaming Germans. And then we go back. Okay. So we will absolutely unsuppress themselves. Maybe I should have given these guys a quick order just to get him round, because I don't want him coming to. But perhaps I shall pop back forward again with my tank, and we'll just keep doing a little forward and back. Oh, some of these more bombs though. Surely, if this is the AT position, we're doing some good work against it. Oh. Okay. Let's do that again. We are going to pop forward. No other wings hanging there. Do 20 and then we'll pop forward and then we'll finish up that minute. You're going to please do a bit of jogging for me. Thank you. Slide along. And I'm assuming there's no Germans in around this area. It'd be quite a peculiar place for them to just happenstance be. You never know. And then, yeah, I think we are going to push our Stuart quite merrily along to about here. And about here. Again, risk of getting bogged in the field, ever present. I'm assuming you're just about out of bombs. Yet 2 left. You are walking. We'll give you a slightly bigger order. But can't complain too much. Oh, you have recovered. Why don't you go and have a seat? Actually, I could get you to do some medicing for me. Actually, I'll probably get these guys through. There's a couple of scouts that died. I do like to try and recover their bodies. Okay. stay alive for one more minute as we pop in, make sure our tanks and our gentlemen get around this corner okay. Yeah, see, from this back side, do we have line of sight behind this wall? Or is it there? We will eventually. Who's got eyes? You guys. Hey, you. I was about to have a go, I've forgotten the word. Were you attempting to take on the German with machine gun with your Lee Enfields here? But apparently no need. Thank you, gentlemen, for solving that problem. Sterling work. Okay, these guys have made it okay. This seems to be going fine and well. I do have to worry that there may be some armoured vehicle lurking in here somewhere, which will of course eat my Stuarts for breakfast. This looks like quite nice suppressive fire against that infantry unit as well. Okay, all in all, things seem to be going relatively well. Again, not huge amounts of resistance, let's be honest. I'm praising myself here against a handful of men with a machine gun with armoured vehicles, but still, it's going okay. So I think I'll probably put another bit of cut in here. I'll work. I suspect I'm going to take this Sherman and work him round to have a Stuart and a Sherman in this position alongside most of the 3 section, and then we'll make a move to press forward, confirm that AT gun is dead, and start shooting up these buildings. Meanwhile, we have my scout who's going to probably continue through the fields, steering slightly clear of the buildings at this level crossing. Yeah, try and work your way maybe into this hedgerow and through around this hedgerow just to try and get eyes on the back to see if we can't locate this vehicle again. Okay, and yeah, I'll let you all know when we get something. I'm just about to pop forward with 3 section here to get some eyesight on the road. I've not had any other confirmation of any German contacts, and I've been emboldened that I have left my Stuart here, and he was on target fire to quite a reasonable effect. I've just switched him over to target light, just so we don't get any accidental discharges against my men. I have not pushed forward the tanks this turn. I'm going to leave them sitting back here. If need be to support, they will, but given the short ranges, I just thought it was too much of a risk. What I would really like them to do is, once we've assumed this is clear, just roll forward and start closing down just a few of these houses. I would also like to find out where the last of the tank is, but I don't know, which has got me a little bit concerned. The exit point is just at the end of this road here. Now, obviously, we could just drive down the main road here and out, which is fine, but exposes to a lot of flanking fire from enemy positions. You know, if you got a tank sitting here, for example. So I think actually what we can do is you come through this gate and then you can just bump down this hill and out. It's a little bit untoward. I will need to check. Actually, just need to double check that's traversable by a vehicle, which I believe it is. Let us check. Well, yeah, that's fine. You can come down and just pop out there. I can show you the green. Look. And so I've brought my second infantry. We're going to hoof it over here so they can start help clearing out these houses sooner rather than later. So we've got our escape route. It's only 27 minutes left. We've been slow but steady. And yeah, and that's kind of it. So let us perhaps see what happens here. So I'm hoping to find a large volume of dead Germans. Anyone who isn't dead is suppressed. But we shall see. And we'll find... And we find ourselves our 75mm AT gun with Hello. Everybody dead. Or 3 people dead and I've got to say that has got to be the mortar rounds. That is one of the most effective uses of a 2-inch mortar I've ever come across. I'm really, really pleased with that. There is the dead German who had the machine gun. Good to see. You may or may not still have it. And then we've got spotted some remnants of infantry down here, but I suspect they're going to have a pretty bad day against our own infantry nestled here. So, excellent. I'm really, really happy with this. It means we can trundle our Sherman along this road without any fear of interception, at least not from that gun. Again, we have a tank to worry about, and our friends over here have not done any spotting for us. But good. I must find I'm doing a lot of the killing of Germans before I actually make the spots in this scenario. But I suppose that's sometimes the way it goes. So I might as well keep you here to discuss what I would like to do. So again, conscious that I don't want to expose myself into too much over here. Let's see if we move forward to say this position, and then I would like you just to spend a little bit of time shooting up these buildings. I could have sworn you'd be able to see it from here. I feel like this is a very exposed position any further forward. Okay, I might do a little finessing with this. So what's the kind of turret position is 2, turret height. I say target, what have you got? Your eyes down to this road. Eyes over here. You can now shoot that building. I was after you to shoot. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do, probably attempt to do a hull down move with yourself. With the target of... No, really? No, yeah, okay, I suppose that is a bit more of a rise. A hull down. No, it didn't work particularly well in the first scenario, but I have faith. Right there along me. Okay. Bring your hull just so you can see down onto that patch, and then maybe I'll leave our Stuart to turn, and then we'll bring them forward to hose down. I am really concerned about where this tonk may be. Alright, clear target him and I'll push these scouts along next turn as well. And let's bring you along through. Round your burning mate. Head off in this direction. You gents have medicked one of our scouts, so you're going to come up here and medic the rest. And then you can meet up with the transport, having done sterling work for the day. Excellent. Well, let's, since I've got you here, let's hang around, hopefully watch a dispatch for the last of this infantry, and see what hull down position our German takes. That's some woeful shooting off our Tommies here. Where's our Sherman got to? Right, before we look at where he is, I want to come down to this point, because this is the target we gave them. Let's have a look. Let's go head height, which is a 2. I mean, that feels pretty... Oh no, it's my Stuart. Oh, no, that's perfect. Apparently I've had him hanging out already. Oh, maybe I didn't cancel his movement order. That's a bold move. Okay, that's a perfect hull down position. I'm really happy with that. Not very happy with what I've left myself over here, but this is nice. Exactly what we wanted. Okay. Nice when things actually work out. So rarely happens. Alright, well, there's a bit 30 seconds left. A lot's probably not going to happen. As long as we don't explode, I'll consider that a win. Hello. Okay, I'm surprised you guys made that spot, but alright. Just looks like a German infantry team. could potentially get behind them if we're feeling ambitious with our scouts. Alternatively, I could engage with them long range with a tank, which is more likely. I'm not particularly interested in that fight. Not really stopping us getting out of the way. More be interested in clearing out this very close position. Although our brain gun's doing work. Our bar gun's doing work. So, fine. Remember who you're fighting for. And our steer's getting involved. Okay. Well, so far this is all going very well. I have not spotted their armoured vehicle. No one else is exploding. That AT gun's been taken out, and you have a fantastic hold down position. So, I'll probably put a further cut in there. Since you're... well, you're a little bit exposed. I might pull you back slightly. So you're in a more of a hold down position, and you can engage that unit. If I'm feeling up for it, I might throw a few rounds at this house, just to soften targets as we go on. And I'd like you to start... and actually I'd like you to get some infantry support, and then we're going to start closing down these houses. But it's all fairly run of the mill, so I'll leave things there. If and when we find ourselves a bit more of a stern opposition or something interesting arises, I will bring you back. So I've got absolutely no further, but I just wanted to come back and talk about the, not the ridiculousness of CM, but sometimes the RNG of CM, I suppose. I did break off, I meant to split the team in two and clicked the wrong button and actually broke off a scout team instead, but that's not a problem. I'm just shuffling them slightly further along the hedgerow so they can hopefully finish off that man that's covering. But that's not why I brought it back. I wanted to bring it because the team here were engaging the group in the hedge. They then stop, make a positive contact with the team in the level crossing building, despite the fact it's several hundred meters away. Apparently visibility is terrible given what my tank spotting is doing. And choose to engage with the brain gun, which is fine. Obviously he's in the building, didn't think much to it. The nice thing, you know, we've taken him out. So yeah, just sometimes people hiding in a hedge, no problem at all. Every now and again you just spray a few machine gun shots at a building and everything works out well. Now this is interesting. So there seems to be a team in the church. No, not in the church. In the hedge in front of the church. Giving a little bit of bad time to our scout section here. Okay, you guys okay? You guys are okay, but pinned. He tried to make a break for it, and our leader, Mr. Cohen here, gunned him down, so that's the last we see of him. That's good. Yeah, we'll need to see if we can bring some increased firepower upon that position. Just fine, because that's what we'll do with our light tanks. I'd love to know where... oh, hello. You are. Okay. This pleases me. You're tucked in here. I don't know what you're... I need to watch you. 5 troop HQ, we need to get him out of the way. Make sure we're you know, skylining ourselves. That's some terrible strategic positioning. But that seems to be where this tank's ended up. Okay, that's really, really good information. I'm glad of the work you gents are doing. Perfect. Out of interest, while I'm busy skylining it, how do you feel about this area? Not great. I think had we come... yeah, maybe right into this road perhaps, so we did drive all the way along it. Either way. Let's get off here, eh? And also for you, which may not make it. But we shall see. So again, I probably want to get one of my Shermans. Oh well, it's going to be this one because I only have 2. You, my good man, are going to come round. You're going to come over in this direction, and you're going to come up to somewhere like... quite boldly, I think, now. Up to somewhere like here. I think the idea being... God, that line is so terrible. Really, you're talking about 270 before you're happy you can see it. Anyway, but if this tank takes to reposition, we get a nice good view of it. Meanwhile, I'm feeling slightly more emboldened. Let's bring you forward, and you can help dislodge some of these positions. And likewise, bring you forward, and you're going to help deal with these people. Ish. Really not get the angle from here? Okay, good. But this is fine. How do you feel about letting us out over there? Not spectacular. Okay, no, that's fine. It's fine. You're coming around to support our exit. Ah, things are going pretty well at the minute. I'm really happy to have made that spot, and I know where that threat is. I'd like you guys further along here to help me do some scouting. And yeah, we're just going to bring in superior firepower against all these little squishy positions. And hopefully not take any casualties. Excellent. Well, since you're here, are you... Oh. I had to say it, didn't I? Okay. So we took a casualty. Number 4 for infantry. You're becoming a bit of a liability here, Mr. Sherman. Okay, and there's someone in the church as well, which is fine. You might be running? Yes, you are. Oh, we did kill one as well. That's fine and dandy. And there goes the gentleman in the church. He got on the wrong end of the 37mm HE. Dreadfully, he's still having a go at fighting those damn Yankees, Brits. I do remember who I'm playing. Alright, okay, so not so great. Cohen there went down. But such is war. Oh, and someone else came back up there. This is fine. So we're going to continue to engage these at range using primarily our tanks. We're going to keep a BDI, as we will in a moment or two, upon the on-tank position to make sure he doesn't move. And in the meantime, we're going to start clearing our exit. But I think all that side of things we're going to have to do next time, because we're almost running at the 40-minute mark. And that was a good 25 minutes. We've got 20 minutes left to go, so it seems like a sensible place to put a cut on it, and I think we will wrap things up next time. Oh, I've left you guys behind. Have you finished medicing? You have. Good. So you need to catch up with the truck. Which you will do eventually. So yes, we've only, well, apart from Cohen here, who's just been taken out, which we'll deal with in a moment. I'm going to send you back with the XXX, split you guys into 2 even squads. Let's clear your target from that. Can you engage? I didn't know about this one. Shoot that. You are happily engaging there. You can go this way. You are somewhat of a danger to yourself. I'm actually going to move you over here. And then you can see off in the ring. Actually, can you shoot into that house from this position? No. I like how I said I was finishing and then I've not finished and kept parking around. Really? You can't see that house from here. I don't believe a word of it. But I'll leave you there and see what comes of it. I may also try to see if I can hatch a plan to extract these gentlemen. I think everyone's going to be fairly busy, so I'm going to try and see if I can actually get you to do a little bit of jogging along this hedgerow. And then sneak yourself down to here. I'd love to actually get a visibility of what that tank is, and yeah, we'll find out at the end, but that's not quite the same. Okay. Okay, good. Right, anyway, I need to stop playing. Yeah, so I think we're in a good position. Casualties are manageable. We're just a stone's throw from our exit. We just need to make sure these houses are cleared, and I'm sure they won't entirely be cleared. We can assist them with 30 cal and 37mm fire from our shooter here. Inflict casualties, because that's one of our objectives as well, and get everyone off the map. And yeah, really things are going swimmingly. Cool. Alright, well, hope you're enjoying this, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheerio.